Now I'm going to show you how you can find the standard deviation and actually the mean and a few other things using the TI-84 Plus calculator. I'm going to use the same example we just finished with so you can see that our answer will come out to be the same thing or pretty close to the same thing. So the first thing you want to do is you press the Stat button. So the Stat button is right here. It's 2 to the right of the green alpha button. And you're going to choose option 1, which is Edit. So you're going to press Enter. Now there may or may not be something in this first list, and that's what we want to use. So in order to clear it out, if you need to, you would arrow up so that L1 is highlighted, press Clear, press Enter, and you're ready to go. Okay, so we're going to start entering numbers. So there were 6 numbers in our list, the first of which was 0. So you put in 0, and now you have to press Enter, and that officially puts it into your list. Now we're going to do 5, Enter, 7, Enter, 6, Enter, 2, Enter, and 10, Enter. Okay, so you notice a couple things. It put all of our numbers in the list as we entered them. Down here it says L1 and then has 7 in parentheses because the 7th spot is highlighted. So even though it says 7, we actually only have 6 numbers in here. And I'll show you another way that you can see how many numbers you put in. All right, next you want to press the Stat button again. This time we're going to arrow to the right so that Calc is highlighted. And we're going to choose option 1 variable statistics. So you're going to press Enter. And then you want to make sure that we're using list 1. So that's good. So you're going to press Enter, you're going to skip down frequency list and hit Calculate. So basically you just hit Enter until this screen shows up. So here's where all the good stuff happens. This right here, the very first line, that tells you the mean. So the good news is that from here on out, unless you are required to show your work, anytime you need to find the average of something, you could enter everything into this list and use this feature to calculate the mean. So we did the mean by 5. We did the mean by hand. We also got 5. So that's pretty exciting. The 4th row says SX, and that is our sample standard deviation. That's the one that we want to use. If you remember from the previous slide, our answer was 3.58. And if you look at this big long decimal, if we rounded this to 2 decimal places, it would be 3.58. So same exact answer. The very bottom of this list, it says n equals 6. That's telling you how many numbers were calculated in your data set. So like I said before, we had 6 numbers. That's what that n is telling you. If you scroll down, there's one other piece of information that you might be interested in. And that is where it says MED. That stands for median, and it is 5.5. So from now on, if you're asked to find mean, median, and mode, you could plug in all of your numbers into your calculator, and it would calculate the median. The only thing that this does not do for you is the mode, but a lot of times that's the easiest thing to just look at a list and see. You can count how many, which number occurs the most. So this is really helpful. Even if you have to show your work, especially on a unit test, I would recommend at the end of the test going through and plugging everything into your calculator and making sure you have the right answer. There's no reason not to get the right answer when you have this easy way to check.